Front versus rear brake. Let's talk about them. Most riders think braking is simple until they have to do an emergency stop and they realize they've been doing it all wrong. Let's settle the front versus rear brake debate once and for all. Now understand the front brake is your main stopper. That front brake is going to do anywhere between 70 to 80% of your stopping power. Why? Because when you brake, all of the weight shifts forward and that lowers the front tire and suspension, giving it a massive grip. And when that front tire is loaded, it can handle way more braking force without sliding. And that's why experienced riders like to rely a lot on their front brake. For quick stops or emergency braking, high-speed control, as well as corner entry stabilizing. Because if you're only using your rear brake to stop, you might as well be riding on training wheels. But the rear brake still matters. Now, some people like to say that the rear brake is useless, but they're wrong. It just has a completely different job than the front brake. Because at slow speeds, the rear brake is king. It's going to keep you smooth, stable, and keep that bike upright. You want to use that rear brake for parking lot U-turns, slow traffic, tight turns, and downhill control, as well as if you have to deal with wet or gravel surfaces. But if you stomp that rear brake too hard at high speeds, it locks up real fast because there's hardly any weight on it. But the real secret is using the front and rear together. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your brakes aren't rivals, they're teammates. And they're teammates because your front brake does the heavy lifting while the rear brake adds stability and balance. Because using them both is going to give you a more balanced stop, a straighter bike, better traction, smoother chassis control, and less fork dive. So I like to say smooth riders blend the two, scared riders grab. And a big difference that you need to know is panic versus control. In a panic, beginner riders normally grab the front brake too hard or they slam the rear brake and go into a skid. But instead, they should squeeze the front brake, don't grab, press the rear brake, don't stomp. Think gradual, firm, and smooth. So let's wrap it up. That front brake is going to equal stopping power. That rear brake is going to equal stability. If you use them together and use them smart, your riding is going to go to a whole nother level. And as always, ride safe, hit that follow for more content, keep the rubber side down, shiny side up. Peace.